Have you ever wondered what happens when trust is shattered and secrets are revealed? Today, we take you deep into a story of love, betrayal, and the unimaginable truths that lie hidden behind closed doors. Stay with us as we unravel the mysteries and discover the truth that could change everything. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more stories that will keep you on the edge of your seat. They say every house holds secrets, but some secrets are darker than anyone could imagine, lurking right where you feel safest. Imagine waking up one day in the home you share with the person you trust most, only to realize your entire world is about to shatter. This is not just a story about betrayal, it's about the unimaginable that hides behind closed doors. John and Lisa were the kind of couple everyone envied. John, a dedicated architect, known for his relentless work ethic and charm, and Lisa, his devoted wife, a woman whose warmth and kindness filled every corner of their cozy suburban home. On the outside, their life was perfect, a picture of happiness and stability. Neighbors smiled when they passed by, friends admired their bond, and even strangers thought they had it all figured out. But Lisa felt something shifting, something darker lurking just beneath the surface. It started with small things, little noises in the night that didn't belong, a fleeting shadow at the corner of her eye, the subtle disappearance of John's attention. She brushed it off as stress, work pressures, or maybe her imagination playing tricks. But that feeling, a cold pit of unease, only grew heavier, a weight that made her heart pound with worry. One evening, after John left for work, Lisa sat alone in their bedroom, restless and unable to sleep. Her eyes caught sight of something odd, a small black box tucked away behind the dresser, almost invisible in the dim light. Curiosity mixed with fear surged inside her. What was this? With trembling hands, she pressed a button on the device. A faint red light blinked. It was a hidden camera. Her breath caught in her throat. Who had placed it there? Why? And worst of all, was John watching her? The man she loved, the man she trusted, could he be betraying her in ways she never dreamed? Lisa's mind spiraled. She debated calling the police, but what if John was involved? What would happen then? Fear and confusion locked her in place. She decided to watch the footage first, hoping, praying she wouldn't find what she dreaded most. But the footage was worse than anything she could have imagined. The camera showed John in moments of secrecy, meeting with people Lisa didn't know, whispering words filled with lies and deception. But it wasn't just John's actions that shocked her, it was the truth about their marriage unraveling in front of her eyes, a double life hidden beneath smiles and quiet dinners. The footage revealed a story of betrayal so deep it was unimaginable. John's betrayal wasn't just emotional, it was dangerous. Lisa found herself trapped in a nightmare where trust was a lie and the man she called husband was someone she no longer recognized. The night she found the camera was the moment her life changed forever. The home that once felt safe was now a cage filled with shadows and secrets. And Lisa knew one thing for sure, she could never go back to the life she had before. Lisa lay awake that night, her mind racing faster than her heartbeat. The hidden camera she found wasn't merely an object, it was the key to a secret world she had never imagined existed, a world filled with lies, danger, and betrayal deeper than she ever feared. She couldn't stop watching the footage. Every frame peeled back layers of a man she thought she knew. John, her husband, the man she loved, was a stranger in disguise. The man who smiled over breakfast, held her hand on quiet evenings, and whispered promises of forever was living a double life. And this double life was darker than any nightmare she had dared to face. The camera showed John receiving late-night calls from unknown numbers, his conversations coded in cryptic words and hushed threats. It captured him meeting shadowy figures in dark alleys, exchanging envelopes, whispering plans that sent chills down Lisa's spine. She saw a side of John that no wife should ever witness, a dangerous man entangled in webs of deceit and crime. The weight of realization crushed her. This wasn't just a betrayal of love, it was a plunge into a world of peril where every move could mean danger. For days, Lisa pieced together the fragments. She followed John's footsteps with her eyes, rewatching every secret meeting, listening to every whispered threat. She tracked the times he vanished, the excuses he offered, none convincing, all suspicious. She tried confronting him once, voice trembling, heart pounding like a war drum. John's reaction was cold, almost rehearsed, a denial so slick it felt like a blade twisting in her chest. His eyes betrayed no remorse, only calculation. Lisa understood then, she was caught in something far bigger than a broken marriage. She was in the middle of a deadly web woven with lies, manipulation, and danger. Her friends noticed the change immediately. The warm, open woman they knew was replaced by a guarded, distant figure. Lisa stopped returning calls, avoided social gatherings, and withdrew into herself. But no one understood the weight of her secret. One afternoon, Lisa found an envelope slipped silently under their bedroom door. Inside was a single chilling message: "Stop digging, or you'll regret it." The blood ran cold. Someone knew she was uncovering secrets too dangerous to expose. Fear tightened its grip like icy chains. The hidden camera, once a terrifying discovery, now became her weapon, a silent witness she must protect at all costs. Determined to uncover the full truth and escape the shadow looming over her, Lisa contacted a private investigator. The PI dug deep, unraveling John's past and present. What emerged was shocking. John was connected to illegal dealings, money laundering, and a network of criminal associates. The facade of John's perfect life crumbled. His clean reputation was a mask hiding a criminal underworld. Lisa's world unraveled fast. The danger wasn't distant anymore, it was closing in. But she refused to be a victim. With every piece of new evidence, her resolve grew stronger. She was determined to expose John, to reclaim her life, even if it meant risking everything. Her fight was only just beginning. Lisa's life had been turned upside down since the day she uncovered the hidden camera in their bedroom. What she thought would be a simple investigation into her husband's behavior spiraled into a terrifying journey through lies, danger, and a web of secrets so deep it threatened to consume her whole world. Each morning, waking up was an act of courage. The house that once felt like a sanctuary now seemed suffocating, walls whispering secrets she wasn't sure she wanted to know. Lisa's eyes had become sharper, always scanning for signs of threat. A shadow that lingered too long, a phone call unanswered, footsteps too quiet. John's deception wasn't just emotional betrayal anymore, it was entangled with something far darker. The footage revealed clandestine meetings in dingy, forgotten places, warehouses on the outskirts of town, darkened parking garages, and shadowy back alleys. In these meetings, John spoke in hushed tones with people Lisa had never seen before. Envelopes exchanged hands, and cryptic words filled the air, suggesting deals and threats. The camera captured John's cold, calculating demeanor, a stark contrast to the loving husband she thought she knew. Lisa's mind raced trying to piece together the puzzle. Late-night phone calls from unknown numbers, whispered conversations stopped abruptly when she entered the room, and his sudden disappearances without explanation all painted a picture of a man leading a double life drenched in deceit. Fear gnawed at her constantly, but Lisa refused to succumb. She reached out to a private investigator, desperate for answers and protection. The PI's findings were chilling. John was involved in illegal activities, money laundering, extortion, and ties to organized crime. Each revelation made the danger more real. Lisa was no longer safe in her own home, no longer safe in her town. One night, Lisa was driving home when she sensed a car following her. The headlights glowed menacingly behind her, keeping pace through every turn and stop. Her heart hammered, but she kept her composure, taking side streets and slowing down, hoping to lose her tail. At a gas station, she stopped to fill her tank, and the car stopped too, but sped away when she looked back. Fear tightened its grip, but so did her resolve. Determined, Lisa began collecting every piece of evidence she could. Secret recordings, photos, messages, and logs, all carefully archived. The hidden camera in their bedroom became her eyes when she couldn't be there, recording moments that could save her life. She confronted John one night. The man who had once whispered sweet nothings now stood before her, cold and distant. Lisa's hands trembled as she laid the evidence before him, watching his mask slip. His denial was fierce but hollow, the truth was undeniable. The confrontation was the beginning of an all-out war. John used every trick to intimidate Lisa, threatening phone calls, subtle warnings slipped into conversations, and even attempts to turn her friends against her. But Lisa had transformed. The scared woman she once was had become a fighter, armed with truth and unwavering courage. With the help of her private investigator and the police, Lisa started dismantling John's network. The road was perilous, filled with setbacks and moments of sheer terror. But every day she pushed forward, determined to reclaim her life and protect others from falling into the same trap. Lisa's fight for truth was dangerous but necessary. Her courage illuminated the darkness surrounding her, proving that even in the most desperate circumstances, strength and justice could prevail. Lisa's world had been a relentless storm of fear, uncertainty, and mounting pressure. For months, she had walked a tightrope between hope and despair, her every step shadowed by the looming presence of John's lies and threats. But now, after countless sleepless nights and endless preparations, the time had come to stand tall in the courtroom and fight for justice. The courtroom was both intimidating and empowering. It was a place where truth and deception collided under harsh lights and vigilant eyes. Lisa knew that here, words could build walls or tear down empires. She felt the weight of every gaze, every whisper, but also the strength of her conviction. John arrived calm and collected on the surface, but Lisa saw through the carefully maintained facade. His eyes betrayed the storm inside, a desperate man clinging to fading control. The man who once held her hand with tenderness now faced her with cold indifference. From the very first day of the trial, Lisa was tested. The defense team launched relentless attacks, attempting to discredit her, questioning her sanity and motives. They portrayed her as unstable, vindictive, even dishonest. But Lisa had prepared for this. Months of gathering evidence, secret recordings, financial documents, testimonies from witnesses who had finally found courage formed an unbreakable shield. The prosecution laid bare John's web of lies, illegal dealings, and intimidation tactics. Witnesses recounted hidden meetings, suspicious transactions, and threats whispered behind closed doors. Each revelation was a blow to the carefully constructed image John had presented to the world. Outside the courtroom, Lisa found herself thrust into the public eye. Reporters, neighbors, even strangers had opinions, some supportive, others skeptical. But Lisa clung to the support of her closest friends and family who stood unwaveringly by her side, offering comfort and strength. Amid the chaos, Lisa discovered moments of peace, quiet walks in the park, letters from strangers inspired by her courage, and simple conversations that reminded her she was not alone. These moments fueled her resilience. The turning point came during a critical testimony. A former associate of John, long silenced by fear, finally stepped forward. Their words corroborated Lisa's evidence, painting a damning picture of John's criminal activities and the danger he posed. The defense faltered under the weight of the truth. Days later, after tense deliberations, the jury returned with a verdict, guilty on multiple counts. Tears streamed down Lisa's face, tears of exhaustion, relief, and liberation. The nightmare was finally ending. But Lisa knew healing would be a long journey. The scars of betrayal ran deep, and trust, once shattered, was fragile. Yet, with the burden lifted, she felt a stirring of hope and renewal. She was no longer a victim but a survivor, a beacon of strength for those still trapped in darkness. Lisa's story was a testament to the power of truth, courage, and resilience, a reminder that even after the darkest storms, the sun rises again. The courtroom drama had finally come to an end. The verdict was delivered and John was sentenced, a triumph of truth and justice. Yet, for Lisa, the real journey was just beginning. Beyond the gavel and the legal jargon lay a path far more complex and challenging, the path of healing, forgiveness, and reclaiming her life. Walking away from the courthouse, Lisa felt a whirlwind of emotions. Relief washed over her like a gentle tide, but beneath it simmered exhaustion, grief, and an aching void left by years of betrayal. The courtroom had been a battlefield, but the aftermath was a quieter, more personal struggle. The shadows of her past lingered, reminding her that trust was fragile and wounds, though invisible, ran deep. Nightmares haunted her sleep and daylight brought waves of anxiety. Simple tasks sometimes felt overwhelming and moments of joy were clouded by fear. But Lisa was not alone. Friends and family rallied around her with unwavering support. They became her pillars, her anchors in the storm. Therapy sessions provided a sanctuary to unpack her trauma, explore her emotions, and start the painstaking process of forgiveness, not for John, but for herself. Forgiveness was neither linear nor easy. It wasn't about forgetting the past or excusing the harm done. It was about releasing the chains of bitterness and reclaiming peace. Lisa grappled with anger and sadness but gradually embraced compassion and self-love. Rediscovering herself was a journey of small steps and big leaps. She revisited passions shelved long ago, painting, writing, and music, finding solace and expression in creativity. Travel awakened a sense of wonder and freedom as she explored new places and cultures that expanded her horizons beyond the confines of pain. Lisa also found a profound purpose in sharing her story. Speaking at support groups and advocacy events, she became a beacon for others trapped in silence and fear. Her courage inspired many, showing that survival was possible and that strength could rise from despair. The rebuilding of trust extended beyond herself. New relationships founded on honesty and respect blossomed. Lisa learned to open her heart again, cautiously but bravely, embracing vulnerability as a form of strength. Every day was a testament to resilience. The scars she bore were reminders not of weakness but of battles fought and won. She understood that healing was a continuous process, with setbacks and breakthroughs intertwined. Lisa's journey exemplified the indomitable human spirit, the capacity to endure, to forgive, and to hope. It was a story of darkness met with light, despair met with courage, and endings that became new beginnings. As the sun rose each morning, Lisa greeted it not as a survivor haunted by the past but as a woman reborn, ready to live, love, and shine brighter than ever before. Thank you for watching and being part of this incredible journey. If you found this story captivating, make sure to leave a comment and share it with your friends. Remember, sometimes the truth is far more shocking than we can imagine. Stay tuned for more thrilling tales that will keep you coming back for more. Until next time.